Hello, everyone. My name is Stanley St. Rose, and today we're going to be talking about American Like Me. Now, before I go into this work, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and/or comment so that the channel can continue to grow. American Like Me is a collection of stories, 32 to be exact, and they're talking about, well, what it means to be American. Within this work, we get a collection of stories from different people, comedians, actors, activists, you name it, athletes. So different people from different backgrounds, immigrants, people from, from Africa, the Caribbean, different parts of the world that pretty much they give their examples or what it means to be an American. Now, being an American is something that's very different for everybody. For the immigrant, being an American is different for someone that is born in America. If you are an immigrant, you immigrate to the United States. Depending on what age you immigrate to the United States, your experiences are going to be very different. If you immigrate to the United States when you're like 5, 6 years old, or underneath the age of 10, your adapting to the U.S. is very different for than someone who comes here anytime after 10 years old, because if you come to the United States after 10, you're going to be comparing two cultures together, and you're going to have to find a mixture of those two cultures where you can exist in. Because these works focus on different people from different countries trying to figure out their identities. Where do they fit? Do they keep their identity from the country that they're from, their original culture, or do they mix it in with the American culture? And a lot of these people, some of them, what they find out is that when you become an American or when you live in America, when you go back to your home country, you're not the same. You don't act the same. You don't behave the same because, if you live in America, the American way of life is going to rub off on you, and you are going to behave like an American. Being an American, it's just the way you think, the way you act, the way you see yourself, the way you carry yourself. It's not something that you. It's just if you live in America, you just adapt certain traits. That just you don't notice it, but sooner or later you start celebrating American holidays, you start participating in American games and sports, and you start eating American foods, and before you know it, you're acting, speaking, behaving like an American. Within these works here, these different people are giving us different perspectives of what it means for them to be an American, how they adapted to the American way of life, and how the culture shapes you. If they identify with American culture, if they don't, if they feel an American, if they don't. So this is something that is very interesting. So it kind of boils down to what makes someone an American. Is it just being born in America that makes someone an American? Is it like a personal feeling? So this is the type of interesting question that is answered throughout the works here. There are certain things that are serious within this set of uh, short stories or essays. People giving different perspectives. Some are more serious than others. Some are more playful than others. Some, have a sense of humor to it. So you're definitely getting a different type of perspective when you read this work, because it is defining something that can be very personal. Because for different people, being an American means different things, and so an American like me, even the title itself, when you really analyze it and you look at it, it feels individual, in terms of deeper meaning of what this work is getting at. It's analyzing the American culture in a way where, well, it can mean different things for many people. For some people, being an American means, pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, making your own money, being successful, climbing the corporate ladder. For other people, it's escaping poverty. For other people, it's the adjustment. Let's say you're from a country where you're doing just fine and your parents decide to move to America, and then, you live in poverty. I mean, most immigrants, and this is something that's very common, that you get for a lot of immigrants. You come from another country, come to the US, you have to start at the bottom. You don't get to start at the top. So for a lot of immigrants, when you move from your home country and you come into the US, well, you pretty much move into poverty because your parents have to get whatever job they can to support you and themselves. And so it's that adjustment period, and if you feel accepted. So the different essays here, the different stories here, it's these writers giving their individual perspective on what it means to be an American. They all come to their own definitions. So that's where you kind of get the like me part here, because it's them opening up and detailing their definition of what it means to be an American. So yeah, it's a very interesting work to really get behind, the vast immigration that happens within the U.S. every year and how different people see it. And there are some similarities. If someone is an immigrant, you're definitely going to understand a lot of the things that these people go through and their adjustment period. But at the same time, it's seeing the diversity in America, and what it means when people feel fit in and when they don't. So that's all I have to say about this work. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and or comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.